Hello there, this is Soel from Abstracture, and today we're gonna learn this picture, this set that you can find in my Instagram page that is Sohail Qasemi, and wherever you see an eye, you put a double I, and this work is here, that is a standard still work. This is, and there's an animation for this that you can find it here in my page. And today in this tutorial we're gonna learn how to make the still image of this picture. For this work, before we start, we need a model. There is a bust that we can find on internet, wherever you want, free models. I download free models from these two sites, the Sketchfab that has FBX and OBJ models for free, and there are some very good and high detail models. And there's another site called My Mini Factory. You can find some .stl models that are for 3D print, and according to that they have a lot of details on the mesh and things. You can use it in your CG works. And there's a category called Scan the World that you can find the statues and everything that CG artists use in their work. And you can find find models here. You can type here bust, and you see the models of the buses that you can download. And you should tick the downloadable, and you can download that free models that have that download button, download icon on the left corner, right corner, sorry. And you can search bust here in My Mini Factory, and you can find the historical or classical busters here in this site, and you can download and use these models from this site. I downloaded this model from these sites that you can see here in this work. You go to File, Merge, and download the bust model. There's no difference between FBX and OBJ file. You don't do any changes in the settings, and you hit OK. My object is here on this model. Okay, if you want to scale the model, you should put a standard cube and scale the model according to this cube. In some sort of simulation and doing some works and using the fields attribute and things, there should be something wrong if there would be something wrong if the size of the model is not set to its default size. In later tutorials, I will tell you the reasons why we do this. I delete the cube, and the bust is here. There's a high detail model from these sites, and you can sculpt it wherever you want, in ZBrush, even in Snow 4D, but you can download it from internet. You can do this work on every model that you want, even a simple cube or a car or whatever you want. I renamed this this bust to head, and delete the tag of the material and delete the materials. You don't need that. Before we go on, I like to mention that this tutorial is made for R20 and R21 version of Snow 4D because of the field options and field components and the volume and volume builder and volume measure options that is available and in the version R20 and R21 and S22. That is the recent version of the Snow 4D, that we use these two options to create this model. Under the create tab, under the field, we add a random field to our model. You can use a shader field. We have more control over the shader field, but in this tutorial I use the random field and the mode noise that is more like the shader field. Okay, and this random field, as you see, there is a yellowish, orangish shade, gradient and hue that you can see, and it's like three sides of a box. And the point is that the yellow color of this pattern is presented as the value 100% or 1, and the orange color of this pattern is as the 0% or 0. As you can see, the gradients between these two colors presented as the number between 0 and 100% or 0 to 1. Okay, under the options of the random field, in the random mode, we change it to noise, and as you can see, we can see a lot of noise patterns as turbulence, as noise, and a lot of noise patterns that you can use in your work. But here we use the noise pattern, and we scale it up to 200. These things are on you, and you can use what setting that you would like. And after we created that, we add a volume builder and make the, and you can, as you can see, there's two options that we can add the volume builder in our model. We add a volume builder and make the random field and the head object as the child of this volume builder. I disabled in the render and in viewport the random field, and we can see no more the yellowish pattern that we had recently. Okay, as you can see, the volume builder makes the model, makes the random field like a spongy shape, like a random shape with some sort of squares. The squares that called voxel is how this volume builder and volume works in Snow 4D. And there is so many applications, and you can so many softwares that you can make voxel art in them, like Magic Voxel. This is how we make random field with geometry through the volume builder. Okay, under the voxel size, we decrease the voxel size of the size of the squares that you can see. And if you use a laptop for your simulation, for your works, make this number, use this number really carefully. Don't make it 1, because this your laptop will crash and you may lose your work. I will put this number to 5, and as you can see, the voxel size is decreased and the geometry more accurate and more neat. That and you see what happened to that random field. Now we want to subtract this random field from the boss that we had recently, And as you see, there is a mode that under this, in front of this random field, and you can change it from the union to subtract. And as you can see, the random field is subtracted from our bust. Now I decrease the number of exercise very carefully because I want to prevent any crashes. I will change it from 5 to 3 and from 3 to 2, and you can see we have more accurate edges, and from 2 to 1, and now this is very neat and sharp edges that we have, and as you can see, the loading of this change was more than the past. Now you can see that we have the half of the model, the pictures that we see in the beginning of the video. This is I think this is enough for a visualization for an image that we want to create, but I need a complement another half of this object. For this, I just need to copy duplicate this volume builder. In order to tidy up our model, I would like to rename the volume builder object to gold and steel for the golden part and the steel part. The only thing that I want to do to change make it another half is to change the mode of the random field to intersect, and as you can see, we create the other half of the geometry, and this is more like the model that we have and we want to make, as you can see. But the fact is that the size of this random field, size of the noise, is smaller than the model that we want to create, and this is on you. You can make tons of alternatives with this method. As you can see, if I hit render, we would see nothing in the viewport because the volume builder is not renderable. It is only the voxel form of the geometry. To make it renderable and to make it as a mesh, as we can put materials on it and everything, we need to add a volume mesher as the parent of the volume builder. We add a volume builder and we rename them to tidy up our model, to make them clear, and I make them the parent of the volume builder level of the hierarchy. And as you can see, mesh is created, and if I hit render, now I can render a model and geometry. Now as you can see, the final model has more smooth and soft edges, and for that, in the builder level of the hierarchy, I add let me change the name to builder and add a builder to the end of the name that make them more clear for you. I add a builder to the builder level of the hierarchy and the mesher to the mesher level of hierarchy. And in the builder level of this hierarchy, I add a smooth layer at the top of the random field object, and as you can see, it makes our model more soft, more alike to our final image. I would decrease the strength of the smooth layer to 50% to make it less soft, and you can change it on your own to to get whatever result that you would like. And as you can see, if I turn off the smooth layer, you can see how the edges are affected by these components. And it's more like lava shape object that you can play with it and get the best result that you would like. Thank you for watching. This is the part 1 of this sequence. If you enjoyed this video, like it and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.